final few moments to prepare for the game and the task ahead. And coming to you today from Portland, Oregon, on the banks of the beautiful Willamette River, 2K Sports presents Thursday night of the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And giving us the rundown from the sideline, David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, guys, DeMar DeRozan is a prolific scorer, but he's also a dangerous drive and kick weapon. He said, "I never pay attention to the defender guarding me. I look at the four guys behind him and how they react. A lot of times I don't even look to score. I draw 3 or 4 guys and get my teammates open shots." Kevin?
Great vision, David. Thank you. Already it's February. Hard to believe. Let's see how the West is matching up. You look at Portland. Right now they've compiled the 3rd best record in the conference. And, of course, the Spurs. They're looking to turn it around down at the bottom of the conference now.
Yeah, and when you look at Portland, they had a few critics coming into the season, and now I don't think they have any. This is a club ready to not only make a deep run, but possibly win it all.
They do have the pieces in place for a title run, but the competition in the playoffs will be stiff.
And the starting group for the Spurs, it's Aldridge at the power forward with Pirtle at center. Derek White is out there with Murray, and it's DeRozan in at the 3. And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Trevor Ariza, and it's Whiteside in at the 5 down low. Players getting a rest, Clark, with the All-Star break coming up. That's important, too. And broadcasters, too, Clark. I know you and I like a little time away to spend with our families.
Nothing like relaxing and getting away from it a bit. I love being fully immersed in it, Kevin. Basketball has given me more than I can ever repay it. But it's just like with my wife. There are times when it's nice to be apart.
Murray against Lillard. Ariza outside. It's stolen by DeRozan. Pushing it up. Wide open look here for Murray. Off target from outside. And Portland with the ball. Here's McCollum. Lays it up and banks it in.
Yeah, that's a good way to start the game. Nice inside bucket right there.
And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the San Antonio Spurs. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
And, guys, you just can't afford to give away points from the foul line. Not in the NBA. Teams are just too talented.
Yeah, and, you know, to come up short at the line is frustrating because that's controllable, and it's actually a free throw. Loose change out there when you don't convert.
Right side, White. Back to Murray. Aldridge against Whiteside. And Whiteside sends it back.
And Whiteside takes great pride in rejecting shots. Outstanding at getting his arms up and denying shooters.
Now here's White following the miss by C.J. McCollum. Stolen by McCollum. Ariza outside. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Here's White. Good, and the assist goes to Murray.
Boy, Murray's court vision very sharp, and he's unselfish too. You love seeing that combination.
Lillard attacking, and Pirtle sends it back. Here's DeRozan. Score of the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Spurs.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
And the intensity is carried over into their ability to get out in passing lanes and really be disruptive in terms of their opponent's offense.
Now White following the three-point attempt by C.J. McCollum. Pass to Pirtle. Down low. Here's Aldridge. Good work defensively by Whiteside.
Boy, that is awesome defense, guys, against a capable finisher. Well done. I'm sure the coaches love that.
And the basket by McCollum.
When you can make adjustments to the shot in midair and midstream and still knock it down, you know you're flowing.
And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Murray against Lillard. Pirtle, the pass to Aldridge. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And Clark, ordinarily quiet by nature, LaMarcus Aldridge has become a more outspoken leader in recent years.
Yeah, and that's a good sign. Sometimes you have to get out of your comfort zone for the good of the team. Aldridge is, by nature, a laid-back, quiet guy, and sometimes that can work against the team. But in his case, he realized that he needed to be more vocal and stepped into doing that.
Murray, good.
And, you know, we often talk about the importance of confidence for these young players, guys. Murray's showing plenty of confidence there.
Lillard, the pass to Ariza. And the call will be against LaMarcus Aldridge. That is his first foul of the game. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. And Lillard kicks to Whiteside.
Really having a difficult time getting anything to fall.
Boy, you've got to give credit to the defense. I mean, this is where you want to really work for quality looks. Try to get that confidence back.
Nurkic with the block. McCollum against White. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
McCollum's carved out an impressive NBA career for himself, and I think he's still ascending. He was the 10th pick in the 2013 NBA draft. He's still got plenty of upside.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
And that 82% free throw percentage this season must have him feeling pretty good about himself at the line.
You know, his free throw percentage has dropped this year, but not really enough to raise any red flags or become alarmed about it.
First free throw is good.
And you talk about shot makers. C.J. McCollum, one of the best in the game. From mid-range, you could argue he's the best, flat out.
And you look at the shot chart for McCollum. He's a threat from everywhere.
Able to hit off the bounce, pulling up. At his height, he's got to be creative, making space for his shot.
Now, here's Aldridge. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average.
Well, you've got to push Aldridge out farther. I mean, he's too big and too skilled from this area.
Here's Lillard following the basket by LaMarcus Aldridge. Here's Ariza. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That's on LaMarcus Aldridge.
And it's easy to see why a team would want Ariza on their roster. Makes the right decisions, mentors young players, and is well respected throughout the league.
And he makes the first.
The well-seasoned Ariza continues to make a difference. I mean, this veteran is a reliable scorer and a quality defender.
The Spurs making a switch here. Gay's checked in. Ariza hits them both. Murray with it. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Pass to Gay. Now Pirtle. Murray outside. Shot clock at 5. Portland grabs the miss, fresh from a win against the Nuggets.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Well, you know, the cohesiveness was evident out there. These guys feel like they can win in any arena, and they proved it that game.
Now here's Murray after the miss from Damian Lillard.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And checking out the numbers for Whiteside, unbelievable play for him over the last month. 5th in field goal percentage, and he's an elite glass eater, a factor inside among the top 10 in rebounds per game.
And yeah, he's such an efficient scorer, understands the offense, moves without the ball so well. That's why he's top 5 in field goal percentage. The throw good, McCollum. And so McCollum nails both of them.
And the Spurs, I've heard it said, the most process-oriented team in the league.
Well, that's an understanding of what it takes for them as a small market team to be successful. A good assessment of what they have to do as the San Antonio Spurs to be good. Scouting, coaching, chemistry, all part of that.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Lillard attacking, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
Boy, I love watching Lillard turn on the Jets, using that astounding speed to blaze past the defender.
And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the Spurs. Outside DeRozan. Kicks it out to Gay. Off target with his 3. Portland's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Lillard way outside. Lillard again missing.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
And that one's good by Gay.
You know what? When he's got the chance to get inside, Gay's going to take it, fellas. I mean, he doesn't waste those opportunities.
Here's Lillard after Rudy Gay's bucket. Lillard the pass to Ariza. Back to Lillard, beyond the arc. No good on that one. Now San Antonio takes it the other way.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark. Just a grinder, always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass, and that's one of the things he brings to the table.
And the dunk by Pirtle.
Hey, look at Pirtle, making it look easy, dropping the hammer down on the defense.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland. And last season, a rare 5-by-5 game achieved by Yusuf Nurkic. 24 points, 23 rebounds, 7 assists, 5 steals, Greg, and 5 blocks in a game against the Kings.
And how about the only player ever to log a 20, 25, and 5 game, the Bosnian Beast, making a name for himself.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. San Antonio also making some changes. Trey Lyles checked in for Jakob Poeltl. Bryn Forbes comes in for Derek White. That's Mills in for Murray.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter steal, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Gay. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. DeRozan's shot is good.
Boy, nice job that time, guys, from Forbes, spotting the wide open man and dropping the dime.
Here's Simons. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Hood for 3, and the Trailblazers another 3.
Defensively, there was a lack of aggressiveness, and it really made it easy for him to knock that shot down.
And Mills kicks to Lyles. Pass to DeRozan. 6 on the shot clock. Stolen. Here we go, 1-on-1. Here's Collins. That one doesn't go. And it's the Spurs taking it the other way. Last time they met was in San Antonio.
Yeah, and what a gut wrencher it was for them last time they met. Ended up on the losing side in that one.
And Greg, typically there's one statistic that jumps out at you when you're looking at what decided the game. And in that one, it was all about the rebounding battle.
Here's his on. Oh, what a finish!
But hey, let's make a spot in the dunk contest for Hazonia. Boy, he's awesome throwing it down.
Now Mills. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Here's the three. A rebound by Simons.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Here's Hood. Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
And you can see the defense broke down there, allowing him to get all the way to the hoop.
Now here's Mills. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. And stolen by Hood. And now here comes Collins leading the break. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And there's the call. San Antonio the foul.
And, you know, Carmelo Anthony is a special player, guys. A bulky, small forward with a quick trigger release, an elite scorer.
And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for Portland.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
You know, another thing they've done well, guys, this first half is challenge shooters and change shots. A bunch of block shots early.
He's off on the first. Clark, if you were a coach on a team, what would you want to see from a guy by the end of his rookie season in the NBA?
You know, Kevin, I won't be specific because I think it's more general in my estimation. Owning his development, whatever that means, embracing how he's going to get better. If it's a particular area of the game, yes, but understanding the professionalism of work ethic and developing good habits and really owning that. That's what I would want to see.
That one is no good.
And they've been the more physical team offensively, seeking contact, looking to score in the lane, and getting to the line.
A big disparity in the free throws, and that's been a big boost to their offense.
Trailblazers leading by 6. And here is Hazonia. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Puts it up from 7, and it's Anthony getting it to go.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
Now here's Mills. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet.
Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
Simons, a chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Gay with it. He's picked up by Collins. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Collins against Bellinelli. 5 on the clock. They can't stop the run with that one.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
Spurs trail by 10. Poked away. And now Portland on the break. Second chance effort, and the layup falls.
And Bellinelli with a nice touch inside. We know him as a long-range sniper, but he can get it done when he's close to the rim, too.
Outside Hood. Collins in the post. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
Here's Mills. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Here's Lyles. Jump shot is good.
Yeah, you know, Mills is one of those energizing players who does a little bit of everything, including finding his open teammates.
And the pass to Hazonia. Collins in the post. Lyles there.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Yeah, nothing major, not a huge advantage, but certainly a good sign for them going forward.
The Spurs shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
And this year, they haven't quite been able to maintain the free throw percentage they had last season.
Free throw good. Mills.
You know, Patty Mills is one of a long line of outstanding Australian players who played their college ball in Northern California at St. Mary's College.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Outside Hood. Pass to Anthony. Over Gay. The shot by Anthony, no good. With 1 on the clock, that shot misses. And that does it for the first quarter. Portland out in front, leading by 6. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Great team play, so key to winning. Damian Lillard broke down the keys.
Be a star in your role. You know, I think it's one thing to say, let's be consistent, let's play hard, let's do all of these things. And I think as competitors, as professional athletes, we're going to play hard. You're going to be competitive because we're competitors. We don't make it to this level for no reason. But I think at this level, you also have egos.
Knowing your role and playing it so well is so crucial.
Yeah, when everybody buys in and plays for one another, that's when teams play their best ball.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And from Portland, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Well, you know, the defense, guys, is just disruptive, active, and energetic, and you can't afford to be loose with the ball against these guys.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court for San Antonio. Hills at point with Bellinelli. They're the backcourt. Aldridge out there with Trey Lyles. And it's Gay in at the small forward position. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, my cousin LaMarcus Aldridge is not the flashiest player, but he is respected. His former teammate in Portland, C.J. McCollum, said he hasn't changed his game to try and fit the new NBA. He shoots mid-range, scores under the basket, strong as heck. He knows who he is. Kevin, LaMarcus isn't really my cousin, but his game never goes out of style.
You're right, D.A., and he is still getting it done. Thank you. Spurs trail by 8. Mills looking it over. Bob pass to Gay.
Well, there's one thing Gay will always give you: buckets. They can count on Rudy Gay for points whenever they need them.
The 55th pick back in 2009. Those picks don't hit very often, but Greg Patty Mills now with a decade in the NBA.
6'0", and that may be generous. The Australian Mills, a dangerous pull-up shooter, and he does not back down.
And San Antonio shooting about 42% so far. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Here's Simons. No points in the game yet for him. Here's Hood. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on LaMarcus Aldridge. Mark, you and I are sitting here watching this game, broadcasting the game. There are a lot of times that the fans can't see how emotionally charged up you are over some of the things you see on the floor, good and bad.
Hey, I love great basketball. Excellent passing, tremendous hustle, creativity on your moves. One of the things that really excites me, though, is to see the ball pop and end up in a three-point shooter's hands, and he's able to knock one down because the crowd is able to follow that ball, and the anticipation just kind of rises as it gets to the designated shooter. I love guys going after rebounds on the offensive glass.
That's a great example about the three-point shot, though, Clark. I love that. That's terrific. Catching up on the changes for Portland. Norkic checked in for Zach Collins. Riza comes in for Anthony. McCollum's checked in for Hezonja. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simmons. Now here's Murray. Lets it go from 11. Good on the shot. Murray's got 5.
Boy, a fantastic job by Aldridge to lay into that defender on the screen.
Lillard against Murray. McCollum outside. Back to Lillard. Just 5 on the clock. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And the 4-year, $196 million Supermax extension signed by Damian Lillard this offseason. Dame Dollar living up to one of his many nicknames, but money well spent by the Blazers.
And the first one at the line is good.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Yeah, you have to make teams pay for fouling you. That's why they call them free. And they've done exactly that, made them pay.
Whiteside's checked in for Hood. And both free throws good for Damian Lillard.
Lillard is really a force of nature. I mean, an incredible talent who torches just about everybody with his scoring ability.
Pass to Gay. To the paint. And Aldridge slams it in.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Here's McCollum following the bucket by the Spurs. Three-pointer, Lillard. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. And that's now 7 points for Lillard. Spurs trail by 7. Murray kicks to Bellinelli. Gay with it. He's got 6. Over Lillard. Gay can't get it to go. Trailblazers have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. McCollum misses the layup. And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for the San Antonio Spurs. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Inside, and stolen by Gay. Murray surveying the D. Passes to White. Over McCollum. And he can't bank that one in. Trailblazers leading by 7. Lillard attacking, and the shot goes in. Lillard's got 9.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
Here's Murray following the score by Damian Lillard. Now Murray. And the wide open shot from Bellinelli. No good on the triple. Here's Lillard. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Denver. Over Aldridge. And finished off by Nurkic.
And when he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
And you know, those second chance opportunities can be game changers. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
Now here's White. 14 points from him the last game against the Lakers. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Whiteside. A different look now for San Antonio. Pirtle, he's checked in for Gay. And it's DeRozan in for Bellinelli. White dishes to Aldridge. They need this one. Missed inside.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Shot clock at 6. Three-pointer, Lillard. Lillard again missing.
You know, it hasn't been his best outing, but they still find themselves in the driver's seat here.
Spurs trail by 11. they've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Clever, crafty defense. He saw that pass coming before it was even made.
And that was not an opportunity Lillard was going to let pass by. Getting down the floor in an instant and finishing on the break.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
And in a league that's obsessed with threes and layups, LaMarcus Aldridge defying the trend, really feasting on a steady diet of mid-range jumpers.
And here's a look at the power rankings. Now that we've gotten into February, plenty of data to considering to go on. Look at Milwaukee. They've climbed all the way up to the second spot.
And you know, right now for the Trailblazers, they were billed as a team to watch. And they've had some great wins this year. And they have a real chance to continue moving up that list.
And he gets the bucket. White's got 6. And that turnaround jumper of Aldridge's. It's great, just impossible to defend.
Long arms, that high release point. When it's falling, well, we saw him give OKC 56. This man can take over.
Here's DeRozan. And it's Hassan Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Lillard with no one around. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got his 3rd assist on the night. Now here's DeRozan. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Lakers. Makes it off the glass. 6 points for him.
You know, guys, I look at DeMar DeRozan, and I think he's one of the very best at making tough shots. I mean, the defense is draped all over him, and he still finds a way to get it up and down.
And stolen by Murray. And here we go. Murray heading to the hoop. And he lays that one in. Murray's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And not a great start for him in the first, but he's quickly starting to turn it around.
Murray against Lillard. McCollum deciding where to go with it. The pass to Ariza. Just 5 to shoot. Let's go. The Trailblazers with the new shot clock. Back to McCollum. And stolen by White. And here we go. Fast break. Murray's got it. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
And Murray's got the ball here for San Antonio, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That is his first foul of the game. San Antonio making a switch here. Forbes checked in. Murray against Lillard. Pass to Forbes. Spurs passing it around. 17-foot shot on the way. And it's DeRozan missing. Trailblazers leading by 12. And here's McCollum. A 17-point game for him in the win against the Nuggets in Denver.
Boy, I thought his passing was absolutely fantastic. I mean, really picked apart the defense all game long.
4 on the clock. Right side, no good. Spurs trail by 12. Pass to Pirtle. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Well, the shot repertoire of Jakob Pirtle, mostly 10 feet and in, is his strength. He's an old school big man in every sense of the word, but efficient in what he does.
The free throw drops for Pirtle. And Clark at 7 feet tall. Pirtle a live body in there.
He's live, and he's also no stiff, guys. Pirtle can catch and finish. He's active in defending, gets off the ground quickly and easily. I like his package as a big guy.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Carmelo Anthony is checked in for Whiteside. And it's Hezonja in for Trevor Ariza. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. Clark, there are strong divisions and there are weak divisions. And the NBA might be considering removing divisions altogether and having only 2 conferences. What do you think?
You know, that's interesting. I like the divisions because that's what we've been accustomed to, but just having straight conferences, I wouldn't see much harm in that. You'd adjust the schedule accordingly in terms of how many games you play within the conference and how many times each opponent, but I think that could work.
Here's Lillard following the score by DeMar DeRozan. McCollum outside. Back to Lillard. Second chance shot. Kicks it out to McCollum. And it's off from 3-point range. Spurs trail by 9 to the left side wing. Here's Forbes. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Boy, Forbes showing you some quick-footedness there. Nice instincts.
Lillard attacking. Here's Nurkic, and finished off by Nurkic.
Well, I'd have to say Lillard is one of the game's best passers right now.
San Antonio's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Anthony against DeRozan. Passes it to Aldridge. Over Hezonja. Aldridge, no luck.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
Anthony's shot is off. The Spurs shooting 43% for the game. Here's DeRozan. And it's Portland with the rebound. Nurkic has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Here's Anthony. And Pirtle sends it back.
Wonderful anticipation that time from Pirtle. Positioning himself perfectly to send that one back.
Nurkic with the block. They get it back.
Feels to me like this team is going to need more from him, guys. I mean, if they're to erase this deficit, he's got to step up.
Here's Hezonja. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
And that one misses.
Boy, Hezonja, gotta love him. I mean, he's a fantastic 2-guard with great size.
So for the Trailblazers, Collins checked in for Nurkic. Hood comes in for McCollum. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. And San Antonio also making a switch. Isles checked in. And growing up about 15 miles south of the Staples Center, DeMar DeRozan idolized Kobe Bryant, Clark, and patterned his game after him.
And you can see evidence of Kobe's game in DeMarcus's game. You think about the footwork, the ability to post up, the moves and counter moves, the balance and strength. I think he owes a lot of that to the Mamba.
The first free throw is good.
It's understandable that DeRozan was hurt when the Raptors traded him. He used it, though, in a positive way to motivate himself to playing at a high level in San Antonio.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
It's common to see wing players improve their perimeter shooting in the league, but DeMar DeRozan's most striking growth has been his ball handling and playmaking. He's been dynamic with the ball in his hands.
And now here's Hezonja. He has 5, and that one drops.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
And so it's Mills who will bring it up for the Spurs.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game.
And so far this season, shooting at a 75% clip from the line.
He's had trouble putting up the same numbers from the foul line that he put up last season.
Free throw good. Mills. Rudy Gay's checked in for the Spurs. He doesn't get the second one.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Now here's Hood. A 14-point game for him in the win against the Nuggets in Denver. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Kazanya's shot is off. Spurs trail by 9. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Forbes. Count it.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Portland with the ball after the basket by San Antonio.
Really good job on the inside that time. I mean, he had to work for that rebound, and he got it done.
Got a piece of it. Anthony with it. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Rudy Gay. And the first one drops. And the Spurs making a change here. And he makes both free throws. And so it's Portland ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Coach, it's been a grinded-out game. What have you seen from your team so far?
Well, we're competing. You know, neither team's really shooting the ball that well, but both teams are playing hard.
Energy always leads to good results. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk the first half. Portland came out ready to play. They put together some nice offensive stretches and at one point led by as many as 10. As the first quarter came to a close, they saw that early lead disappear. Tie game at the end of 1. Then in a hard-fought second quarter, they more than held their own, increasing their advantage to finish up 9 at the break. Shaq, how do you think the Trailblazers were playing?
The area where they impressed me the most has been on the boards. When the shot's gone up, everybody goes for it. Just a matter of maintaining that energy, playing with that same kind of aggression in the final 2 quarters.
Kenny, how do you think San Antonio played?
Their inaccuracy from behind the arc was brutal. Shot selection, I didn't see any. The perimeter offense they're running, you could scrap that. They need to get back to the basics. Pound it inside, more pick and roll. Try to pick up some easy buckets in transition.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Trevor Ariza out there with Nurkic, and it's Whiteside in at the 5 spot. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half with.
Well, that floater is a shot Murray's had his whole life, guys. The first time I saw him back in college, I could tell right away, instantly, what a great feel he had for that shot.
And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. McCollum's got 13.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on.
Murray, no good.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down to 8 on the bucket from White.
Well, a nice room service feed from DeRozan. Couldn't get more wide open than that.
McCollum outside. There's the pass to Whiteside. Shoots over Pirtle. Rebounded by the Spurs. Tipped away. Outside DeRozan. And it's blocked by Whiteside. And a wide open look for McCollum. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
He does not lack for confidence, and he shouldn't. I mean, this guy is a dangerous scorer.
Spurs trail by 10. Now Murray. He's got 9. And it's blocked by Whiteside. And he recovers it. Murray, good. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Lillard against Murray. Pass to McCollum. Back to Lillard. Pass to Whiteside. Fades back. Up again. Great positioning on the putback. And the Trailblazers lead by 10.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Here's Murray. Nurkic with the block. McCollum against White. McCollum passes to Lillard. To the inside. Here's Ariza. And DeRozan sends it back.
Anytime DeRozan can come up for the block, gets the whole team energized.
Lets it go with a 3. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Nurkic has got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. It's McCollum with the drive. That one's not going to go. Murray with the defensive effort. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Here's White. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. White's got 4 points this quarter.
No issues on that one. Good work all around.
Lillard looking around. Passes it to McCollum. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's his first foul.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
Murray kicks to DeRozan. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got his 4th assist in this one.
Hey, watch out now, guys. When he's effective with that three-point shot, I really believe it adds to DeRozan's game, makes him more effective on his drives. Now
here's Lillard. 14 points for him. Ariza dishes to Whiteside. Back to Ariza. And DeRozan sends it back, and he's able to get it back. And so it's DeRozan. He'll bring it up for the Spurs, trailing by 5. Dishes to Aldridge. Over Ariza. And Aldridge, the basket on the assist from DeRozan. 7 points for Aldridge.
You know, with all his post moves, Aldridge usually is able to trick the defense, but even when he doesn't, he'll still manage to finish through contact.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, one of the things that the NBA has been forward thinking about is always accepting new ideas. And they've got a bunch of them on the table in recent weeks. A mid-season tournament, a postseason play-in tournament, maybe even reducing the 82-game regular season schedule. Now, all of these would be very bold moves, but Commissioner Adam Silver has always demonstrated a willingness to think outside the box. Kevin?
DA, great assessment, good report. Thank you so much. Doesn't go for him. A 3 from McCollum, and another 3 for Portland.
He's starting to feel it. He's in a groove here in the second half.
Spurs trail by 8. Here's Murray. He's got 11. The shot, no good. Good work defensively by Whiteside.
DeJounte Murray played just one season at the University of Washington. He grew up in Seattle and went to Rainier Beach High School. It's actually the same high school that produced Jamal Crawford. And as a matter of fact, a lot of good players have come out of the Emerald City.
Goods checked in for Portland. The Spurs also changing it up. Rudy Gay's checked in for Purtle, and it's Mills in for Murray. Here's Mills, and it's blocked by Whiteside. Nurkic the pass to McCollum. It's tipped. Made that one. It's his 7th of the contest. 7 for 15 from the floor. And in Seattle, Murray recognized from a young age as a potential pro.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you can identify those especially talented players, and his nickname was Baby Boy. And how about this, Kevin? Jamal Crawford has mentored DeJounte since the 6th grade. Those guys have exchanged text messages throughout that time. Jay Crossover, one of my favorites, on and off the court in the league, really has helped keep Murray on the right track.
And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for Portland?
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
They have, but you also can't overlook how well they've defended the rim, as they've challenged every shot and also gotten quite a few blocks as well.
Now here's Mills. He has 5. To halt the run, and it's good on the layup. Mills has got 7 points.
You know, Mills is not just a long-range gunner now. He can score on the move, too. Underestimate Mills at your own peril.
Hits. Caught that one from Nurkic.
Well, he's cooking with grease. He's got things flaming up, looking for an opportunity every time down the floor when he's that hot.
So it's San Antonio now. Feeds it to Aldridge. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a 3-point play. It's going to be on Rodney Hood.
Yeah, he's so adept at finding a way to score, even against tough defense. Aldridge is a load.
Clark, you were so prolific in so many areas of the game. Which part of basketball came the easiest for you?
I think the rebounding piece. I always had a knack for sniffing out missed shots and had the size and timing and hands to chase down rebounds, but that was probably the strength of my game and the most unique part of it at an early age. And then the ball handling. My dad was 6'4" in the 50s, which meant you pretty much played inside, and he drummed into my head and my heart make sure you can handle that ball. So from the time I started playing, I was dribbling and making sure I could handle it, and it served me well during my playing career.
And now here's Hazonia. He's got 5. The pass to Simons. Back to Hazonia. And a miss there on the triple. Spurs trail by 9. Gay in the corner. Back to Mills. Wiles kicks to Bellinelli. Gay outside from past the arc. Sinks the three-pointer. Gay's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
And their lasers are starting to do their thing. I mean, that's going to be the ticket for him the rest of the way.
Well, he might not be blocking 4 shots a game anymore, but Hassan Whiteside's still a factor in the paint defensively.
And with Whiteside, his size and length set him apart from others defensively. Greg, even at the center position.
You just can't ignore the reach and coverage that Whiteside has when he's in the paint. Even though the block numbers aren't what they once were, the amount of shots he changes is still very high.
That free throw missing.
You know, guys, you've got to give much respect to the length of Whiteside. I mean, he's a hulking 7-footer who takes a lot of pride in being the defensive anchor for this team.
Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for LaMarcus Aldridge.
And it's been talked about for some time that last summer the Heat finally decided to pull the trigger on Hassan Whiteside. Traded to Portland for Leonard and Harkless. Whiteside and the Heat had soured on each other in the trade. A chance for both sides to have a fresh start.
The Spurs have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line. The first one falls.
You know, it's really interesting to note that Forbes went to the same high school in Detroit as a certain friend of ours. I think the guy's name I'm thinking about here is Chris Webber.
And Portland making a change here. Collins is checked in. Both free throws good from Forbes. And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. They lead by 4. Got a piece of it. Simons surveying the D. Pass to Hood. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
How about battling through the impact there and then wheeling that basketball in?
Boy, it does your heart good to see that kind of determination in a player. Really excellent focus that time.
And so it's Mills who will bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. A baseline J. Pass to Bellinelli. Lets the 3 fly, and he's good on the 3 ball. Bellinelli's got 5 points so far.
A special skill of Bellinelli's is his catch-and-shoot game. It's simply one of the best in the league.
Kicks to Collins. Over Gay. Shot by Collins, no good. Spurs trail by 4. And here's Mills. He's got 7. Passes it to Bellinelli. Out to the wing. No one near him. Again, the Spurs good for 2.
As a spot-up shooter, guys, Forbes is right there amongst the best in the league, and his movement is what separates him from many. and he gets those chances, he'll convert.
Here's Simons. And there's the pass to Hood. Here's Simons, covered by Lyles. Kicks it out to Collins. And it's Gay with the rebound. Gay's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Bellinelli with the three. The shot, no good. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. Here's Simons. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
Love how Hezonja sets up his teammates, tees them up nicely, and he's all for getting his guys going.
Mills with it. Knocked away. Shoots from 12, and he drops that one in. Mills has got his third bucket of the night.
Obviously, a mix-up defensively on that possession.
Here's Simons. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Simons has got 5 points now this quarter.
Gets the shot he wants. The defense wasn't quite connected enough. They lost contact.
Here's Mills. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. We've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for Nurkic.
He's really made that a focus of his game these past few years, and it's paid big-time dividends for him. He's become a much better rebounder, and it's increased his value as a player by leaps and bounds.
Free throw good. Mills.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
And that efficiency, Greg, as you know, so critical when you're looking to overcome a deficit. You've got to be close to perfect and can't waste scoring opportunities.
And both free throws good for Mills. Now a timeout called by Portland. Now let's step back and have a look at the top passing teams in the NBA this season. In fourth, the Trailblazers.
And you know, when your team has a lot of assists, it's testimony to the unselfishness, the patience, the ball movement, the player movement. They have shown all of that.
Here's Simons. He's covered by Gay. Hood drives in. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration and converting the opportunities.
Here's Mills, following the score by Rodney Hood. Shoots from 14, and the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got rebound number 12 here already in the game. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Marco Bellinelli picks one up.
And Hezonja does not lack for aggressiveness. I mean, I love how he attacks the defense and gets these foul calls.
These are his third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
He's hit his free throws at a pretty good clip this year, 77%.
And he can't get the first one.
And missing opportunities here to extend that lead at the free throw line this half.
And he sinks the second. 54 seconds left to play here in the third. Now Mills. 11 points in the game. Pass to Gay. That one misses. Great D that time from Nurkic.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Guys, that's been the key to their lead. I mean, simply put, the effort they've displayed on the glass has been the difference.
Spurs trail by 8. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Now here's Mills. Bucket is good. Mills has got 8 points in the quarter.
Boy, the defender was right there, but Mills showed no fear or no hesitation right at him.
Here's Azania, and the Trailblazers another 3.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Got a piece of it. And so it's Portland in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. A terrific tempo and a great pace. The fast break has been a central part of their offense. Back to the action after this word. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate. And how about the setup this was?
Yeah, and as a 2 guard, he's typically not a reluctant shooter. So it was really nice to see him orchestrating for a teammate instead.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Trailblazers leading by 9. On the floor for San Antonio starting the fourth quarter. We've got Mills. Rudy Gay is out there with Lyles. Then there's Bellinelli, and it's Forbes in at the shooting guard position. Now here's Hood. Right wing, 5 on the clock. Here's Simons. Collins, and Collins is right there. Collins has got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Trailblazers.
Excellent awareness of where to be on the offensive boards. He did it with great position.
Here's Mills. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Mills has got 10 points in just the second half.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Simons, the pass to Hazania. Over Bellinelli, and Portland again with the bucket.
Boy, Hazonia does a nice job at measuring these shots as an in-between scorer. It means you got a nice mid-range game.
We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. A different look now for Portland. McCollum's checked in for Zach Collins. And Damian Lillard is subbed in for Anthony Simmons. San Antonio also making some changes. Jakob Poeltl's checked in for Lyles. DeRozan comes in for Marco Bellinelli. And Murray's subbed in for Patty Mills. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
During that break, Greg Popovich really had some strong advice for his team. He is not happy with the turnovers. He said, we have got to get some shots. It's as simple as that, guys. Play smart and value the basketball. We'll see if the message sunk in, Kevin.
And here is Murray. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Pass to Poeltl. Passes it to Murray. Poeltl with the ball. Here's DeRozan. Another shot. And Poeltl lays it up and in.
And all those second chance points,
have given them a boost here in the second half, and that's a great way to cut into the lead.
The feed to McCollum, and he lays it straight in. McCollum's got 14 points now in the second half.
Yeah, you know, Lillard has been so good at finding the open man, puts a lot of zip on his passes, and he knows he's responsible for getting his teammates the ball.
Here's Murray following the basket by C.J. McCollum. And it's Murray penetrating. Out to DeRozan. Tries again. He lays it in.
DeRozan still an elite scorer in this league and relentless in attacking the basket.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. The pass to Hood. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That one on Jakob Poeltl.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
First one falls for him. A different look now for San Antonio. LaMarcus Aldridge comes in for Rudy Gay. And it's White in for Bryn Forbes. Both free throws good from Hood. Spurs trail by 11. Here's DeRozan. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. And stolen by Hood. Here's McCollum. Portland again missing. And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the San Antonio Spurs. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line. And caught coming out of Washington as a one-and-done. DeJounte Murray was considered a raw prospect.
Yeah, very raw. The 29th pick in the 2016 draft, guys, taken by the Spurs. Excellent physical tools and outstanding athleticism. Was surprising that he left when he did. I recall that when I heard. But at 6'5", a 7-foot wingspan, he's got a chance to be special.
That's good from DeMar DeRozan.
Derek White played his first 3 years at Division III UC Colorado Springs. This guy ended up being the 29th pick in the 2017 draft out of Colorado. In his lone season with the Buffaloes, he was all Pac-12 first team and all defense.
Now here's Lillard. Back to McCollum. Launches it. Hood trying to break free. And Poeltl pulls it down. Spurs trail by 8. Here's White. Off target from three-point range. And coming out of high school, White's only scholarship offer was a partial one to Colorado Springs.
And you know what, guys? Sometimes rejection like that can actually fuel you to greater heights. It put a chip on his shoulder. He plays with an edge. He improved, transferred to the Pac-12 for his senior season, and really the rest is history. He's got a promising future as an NBA player in front of him.
Offensive rebound. Lillard against Murray. Good.
Well, you look at Murray's development of his inside game. Boy, a nice finish that time. The better he is there, I think the better he'll be overall.
Now here's McCollum. Ariza has the open look. Here's Azania. That ball is good for another field goal. His 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
Has he risen to the challenge down the stretch, or what? 3 or 4 here in the fourth.
Here's Murray. Outside Aldridge. That's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip, 5 for 10.
That's just sheer weight room from Aldridge there. Didn't allow the defense to get the best of him.
Lillard against Murray. Pass to Azania. Over Pirtle. Azania's shot is off. Spurs trail by 6. Now Murray. Pass to White. Clock at 6. Outside Aldridge. Here's DeRozan. That one, no good. They teed that time from Hood. Leaves the dishes to Lillard for Murray. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. Spurs have gotten more than 58% of their attempts to go down for them in the fourth quarter. They're 7 of 12. And the basket by DeRozan.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Fires the 3. Azania's shot is off. San Antonio's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. Here's what Portland has lined up on their schedule. On Friday, they'll be matching up against Mike Conley and the Utah Jazz. Then on Sunday, they'll face off against Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat.
And Kevin, I think you have to look at this as an opportunity to take a step forward. Sometimes tough road trips can bring the best out of a team and bring you closer together.
Now a timeout called by Portland.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
And you know what? We'll see what changes he makes coming out of this timeout.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, C.J. McCollum.
And guys, this really has been his night. He's done a lot of things well, but his scoring really put him over the top. You can see how determined he's been every time he's gotten his hands on the ball. Great drive and also great focus offensively.
Murray against Lillard. Banked in off the glass. And the Trailblazers lead by 6.
And the defense no factor, which is why he simply laid it in.
And so it's San Antonio with it. To the middle. Here's Murray. He blocks it again.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle. Now here's McCollum. It's stolen by DeRozan. And he banks in the layup. DeRozan's got 24.
Guys, you remember when DeMar DeRozan first came into the league? He was just really a raw athlete. Now he's a finely tuned offensive juggernaut.
Lillard against Murray. Whiteside inside. Shoots over Pirtle. Whiteside, good. And it's DeRozan with the ball for the Spurs. 6-point game. Poked loose. It's stolen by Ariza. Looking to get back on track here. And the layup is good.
Ariza's not only a shooter. I mean, he's excellent at slashing to the rack as well because he's got nice change of pace and good speed.
And San Antonio shooting in the fourth quarter has been efficient at 56%. Here's DeRozan. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And he makes the first. DeMar DeRozan hits them both. Trailblazers leading by 6. Now, here's Lillard. McCollum outside. There's the triple. The offensive rebound. Nurkic. Count that one as his 7th make in 8 attempts. A scorching 88%.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Yeah, another column in the stat sheet that hasn't gone in their favor. To climb back, they've got to put forth more effort.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
Spurs trail by 6. From deep. And it's DeRozan missing. Portland's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. McCollum kicks to Lillard. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession. Hood's checked in for Trevor Ariza. Lillard against Murray. And it's Lillard missing.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
You know, guys, it seems to me as though he's over anxious. He seems to be pressing, trying too hard, moving too fast. Just needs to calm himself down and wait for good shots. Yeah, he's owning them on the offensive end, but, you know, he can't do it by himself.
Now a timeout called by Portland. Trailblazers leading by 4. Passes it to Whiteside. Over Pirtle. Whiteside, good. Whiteside's got 4 this quarter. Here's Murray. Floats one up. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Whiteside's got his 18th rebound here tonight, all over the place. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic, and there's the whistle. 3-second violation. DeRozan against Hood. And here's DeRozan. And it's blocked by Whiteside. It's McCollum on the wing. White covering. Whiteside, good.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Lillard against Murray. Good work defensively by Whiteside. And so Lillard will bring it up for Portland. They've led by as many as 14 points. Count the basket. And now a 10-point Trailblazer lead.
And they've done some nice work as we've come down the stretch here in the final quarter.
Greg, you can feel the sense of urgency they have to get this thing closed out as soon as possible.
Murray, no good.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point.
Spurs trail by 10. White finds DeRozan. Here's Pirtle. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out, in what should be a nice win here for the Trailblazers.
Two great rebounding teams.
And these guys worked just a little bit harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
And on the year, this will turn out to be win number 34 for them.
And bragging rights between these teams were on the line today, and they put in some very good work to earn it.
Sure did. I mean, this means they'll come out on top in the season series, 2-1 now. Got to be happy about that.
And you know, guys, what a nice performance it was for Yusuf Nurkic.
You can't look back at too many major moments in this game and not see his imprint put all over it.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent passing.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync.
And the shot goes down.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Carmelo. Team has had a nice run of late here. What do you think's been the difference?
Feeling a little bit more confident than we have in the past. Just taking it one day at a time. Something to click. And we're doing our job right now. We're trusting one another. We're believing in one another on both ends of the court. And it's working for us.
Chemistry's really showing up nicely now, Melo. Thanks again. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you later.